So speaking about how hard it was to kind of wrap my head around with the whole Squid Game thing, my first time getting a big role in a drama was for the drama Man to Man. So first of all, for that one, I was flying to Budapest. So I had never been to Europe before. So suddenly I'm being cast in a drama and they're flying me to Europe. I mean, that was, and I just felt like any second somebody was going to be taking that away from me. Like, there's no way this is really happening to me. But sure enough, I went and I did it. There was some controversy here with something called THAAD, which was a missile defense program that was being installed by the US, and China was very unhappy about it. There was a show, Taeyang Hui, that was gigantic in China specifically. And some of the people that were associated with that show were also associated with Man to Man. And so everybody's expecting that we're going to be huge in China. And then because of THAAD, China shut down all of the cultural imports from Korea. And so suddenly this whole avenue of being able to export this product was cut off. And then they instead negotiated with something with Netflix. And it ended up being the first Netflix original series. So it premiered on JTBC at the same time it premiered on Netflix. But it was one episode per week or two, the way they do it here, as opposed to all at once like Squid Game was. But so I ended up being in the first Netflix original K-drama, which was just some accident of international affairs. So the whole time, all of this stuff just seems incredible to me and crazy that I'm a part of it at all. Now with Squid Game being the #1 show in the world, on Netflix at least, which that's the largest streaming platform, so it kind of makes it the biggest show in the world, maybe? I'm not sure how that works. But I have to be honest, the first feeling was complete terror. It was, when you're a foreign actor in a K-drama, you are fulfilling this very particular role. And the way in which you shoot those things, it doesn't always allow for the most nuanced performances. There are a lot of challenges to acting in Korea as an actor. And all those challenges were there for Squid Game. And the way that we are perceived by foreigners, other people otherwhere outside of Korea, I was bracing myself for a torrent of negativity. So then that started to come, but then I just kind of shut myself off from all of it, really. I stopped paying attention to it. I used to write for magazines. I wrote for magazines a few times, and I remember when my first article was coming out, it was a feature article, so it was pretty big in an international magazine. A friend of mine who was also a writer who had been well established long before me, I asked him, I was terrified of that too, how it was going to be received. And he just said, just don't read the comments. It's just not worth it. It's just all negativity. You don't get anything good out of it. So I kind of took that to heart this time. My initial reaction was one of kind of preserving my safety, and my sanity. But then I had a chance to do an interview for The Guardian where I kind of talked about some of the challenges of acting here. And just getting that off my chest really made me feel a lot better. I knew that at some point I was going to stop feeling bad and I was going to feel strong as a result of this experience. And I just really couldn't wait for that to happen. And then one day it just did. After that Guardian article, I saw it being repurposed by other outlets. They would chop up the article and put it out on their own platform. And almost every single one of them, those secondary articles that was made from our initial interview, had numerous errors in it. They misattributed some of the quotes. They said that I was a different person in the drama or something. Or it was always wrong. And I just realized that I have no control over any of this. Nobody knows what really happened behind the scenes. Nobody knows what I went through. And it really doesn't matter. Like some of the reviewers, those might be beneficial for you as an actor to know whether it's good or bad, to know, how you can correct yourself or work on your craft or something like that. But comments, there are so many people who want to be good, and there are so many people who want to be bad. It seems like the ones who want to be bad generally tend to be a little louder. But personally, I got a lot of great feedback. I got tons of fan mail and lots of nice messages. So overall, it's been an incredibly positive experience, but I had to go through a bit of like a rocky bit for a while there. But now it's all good.